the kitchen. Today we are going to make chocolate covered coconut balls with salted nuts on top. Let's go. Okay, so to make these little delicious coconut chocolate covered mounds of goodness, we're going to need some shredded coconut. And I'm just like taking averages from the recipes I've seen online, because everybody has a little variant, different way. But yeah, so shredded coconut, sweetened condensed milk, and I toasted some almonds and chopped them up just so I can sprinkle them on top. So that's like for way after. And I've got some carob chips and unsweetened chocolate in here. And I put a little bit of shortening in to help make it glossy. I noticed some of the recipes online like go old school and it calls for wax chips. And I just don't see the need to eat wax. So I'm throwing a little shortening in there to help gloss it up, finish it off, hopefully. And this is my first time making these, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so basically what I have here is I've got 2 cups of sweetened coconut, and I need to add 2/3 of a cup of this condensed milk. So I'm going to add that and moisten it in. And then drop it onto a lined cookie sheet. Ta-da! I just lined it with wax paper because that's what I had on hand. And then we're going to chill them while we melt the chocolate. And then cover them in chocolate and see if they turned out alright. Okay, so I've got 2 cups of sweetened coconut here. And I'm going to add 2/3 cup of sweetened condensed milk. I can see why people make caramel sauce out of this. So I'm just going to mix that around and make it moist and sticky, I guess. I don't know, it's the first time trying this. Let's just see how it goes. It says it's supposed to be chilled in the freezer before you dip it in the chocolate. You're supposed to drop it or form it into balls or put it onto a lined pan and to make squares. So I imagine this needs to be thick enough to like stick together. So I think I'm going to add just a little bit more of that condensed milk in here. Alright. We got a tough decision here. How big do we make these things? Okay, so after a couple of tries, I figured out how to get nice, even kind of mounds of this because I didn't feel like doing it in the bars or squares. So I have a 1 tablespoon rounded spoon here for, actually it's for espresso, but this will work just fine, or a melon baller. Oops, I dropped it. Anyways, now you got it in your hand, and just give it a little roll around in between your palms. And you get a nice little round ball there. This will help the chocolate melt over easier too, I think. Just set that on your lined baking sheet, pan, or whatever it is you're using. But I tried scooping it just up with the spoon, and I found it a little bit difficult to keep a very kind of even sort of size, and I want to keep them even so they get cooled off at the same time, and you know, it's not a big pain that way. So yeah, I tried it with the spoon. I mean, use whatever you have. Spoon will do just fine. So I will get back to you when these are finished. Alright, so that batch made me 16 1 tablespoon balls. They look really sweet. They're really sticky. I had to rinse my hands a few times in between just to help keep the gooiness of these guys together. So I'm going to pop them in the freezer and chill them, and then get this chocolate melting, and then after they've chilled, dip them in the melted chocolate and set them again in the fridge to chill and firm up. Sounds pretty easy. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I just have the chocolate ready to melt in a glass bowl here over some hot water. Because apparently that's how you melt chocolate. And then I've got the coconut balls that have chilled. I left them overnight. And I'm just going to poke some toothpicks in there just to make the dipping part a little bit easier, I hope. So I'm just going to slowly melt this down, and I will get back to you when I'm ready to dip them. Alright, so that looks like it's getting nice and melty chocolatey. So I'm going to bring that tray out of the freezer that I just stuck all the toothpicks in, and have a go at giving them a dip and see how this ends up. Okay, well here we go. This is supposed to be quick and easy. Probably lay that flat. So I've stabbed these with a toothpick to try to help me with the dipping. That way I could just dip it in. And I also have some bad lighting in my kitchen. Chopped and toasted almonds in this. I'm just going to dip it in there after or sprinkle them on top. I'm not sure which yet. Alright, so apparently just coat it. Ooh, it's pretty slippery. I'm going to lose it if I turn it upside down. Yeah, that plopped right off, eh? Alright, quick coating and back onto the pan. And then it looks like I'm just sprinkling a little bit of almonds on top. Alright, let's get these done. See how long this really takes. Not very long at all, I bet. If my toothpicks would stay in. You guys see what I'm doing down there? So I've taken the chocolate off of the hot water, just because I can, and it's easier to do over here. But I've got the water on standby there, so I can plop it back on if I need to. Putting it in there and covering it up with the spoon. It's better than trying to dip it, right? It's pretty easy. Oops. Uh-oh. Do-do-do-do-do. And the toothpicks aren't holding in very well, so you can't like just dip them and pull them out. It's always an oops in my video when I'm cooking. That's so funny. Chocolate's not looking so warm and melty right now. But that's okay, we're almost done. Or I could just stick it back on top of the pot with the water. Now if you guys know any easier way to do this is my first time. So please leave comments and suggestions down below in the comments section. Because I'm definitely going to be trying this again and other things like it. A lot of these things I'm trying just for the first time because I want to know how to do it, see if it'll work out, see how it'll taste. Okay, so there we go. I have those little coconut balls dipped in chocolate and topped off with some toasted and shaved, I guess, finely chopped almonds. And I'm going to pop them back into the freezer and let the chocolate on the outside completely set. And then we're going to have a taste of these and see how they are. It's looking pretty good. Well, these were pretty quick and easy to make. So let's have a taste and see if they taste as good as they look. That chocolate firmed up nicely. Alright, here we go. Oh man. You should really make these. That was really, really good. Give it a minute here. Alright, you guys, this is a delicious recipe to try. Check the description below. I'll put the ingredients and exactly how I did it in the description. Oh man, these are so good. I'm teasing JT Bear so bad right now. Thank you so much for being behind the camera. Definitely easy. The biggest time consuming part of this was waiting for them to chill. So here we go. Enjoy. Bye.